Hey everyone, it's Kirk McLean here, and you're watching Clay's Canucks Commentary.
Hey Canucks fans, and welcome to Clay's Canucks Commentary Live, presented to you by Van City Experts Real Estate. I'm your host, Clay Emo Canuck Clay, and this is my Canucks take, all in one take. It is for Thursday night, January the 8th. If you're new, here's what you should do. Hit the subscribe button now for daily Canucks insight that's positive, timely, and trustworthy. Hope you're doing well on this Thursday evening. Hope you're doing a lot better than the Canucks, who lost 5-1. That one was rough. Patrick Kane scoring his 500th career goal. I think he's the 50th player in NHL history to eclipse or to hit that mark. So that's pretty good. That's a pretty good accomplishment. I think he's only the 6th or 7th US born player to do it as well. So it's a good. We know that Patrick Kane feasted on us a little bit when he was with the Chicago Blackhawks. Not sure how many of his 500 goals came against the Canucks. I'm sure it's not like a crazy number, but still, on one hand, it's neat to see such a milestone reached. I don't like seeing it against the Canucks, but that's just the way it goes sometimes. And you knew as soon as he came out, when the Canucks had their goalie pulled, that it was not a matter of if, just a matter of when. Moderators, do what you need to do to keep this a safe and respectful place. Members, that's Legends Hall of Fame franchise members, thanks for your support. And to everyone else, no matter where you're watching from, whether my beautiful neighborhood of Steveston and Richmond, in the city, lower mainland, province, country, continent, around the world, thank you for being here. You know that I know that you could be doing anything else, watching anyone else, getting ready for work, school, or bed, or all three, but the fact that you're here with me, know how much I always appreciate you, and know how much I never, ever take you for granted. So this is how you can get involved tonight. You can subscribe to the channel so you get active in the chat section, get notified of my videos. You can like the video, like the fact that we're together despite the loss, like the fact that if you want the Canucks to lose, they did a pretty good job of fulfilling the mission tonight as they continue to battle the Winnipeg Jets, who also lost for number one in the standings if you're looking at them upside down. You can leave a donation, get the donation train out of the station. You can gift in membership, buy your own membership, you upgrade your membership, use your monthly membership message, and if listening on a podcast platform, make sure you rate and review. Now, Yrvin texted me and said, hey, if you want to be in a good mood before your live stream, listen to the new Bruno Mars song. It was good. It's great. I love it. I'm going to wear that to work tomorrow. So if you haven't checked it out, if that's your kind of music, that it's good. Very, very creative video. As Bruno, a very, Silk Sonic types vibe to the song. It sounded a lot like Skate. Actually, it reminded me of the song Skate. But it was good. It was good. And as you guys know, I was blessed to see Bruno in concert in Vegas in August. They just announced that he's coming to Vancouver on Wednesday, October the 14th. But it's a Wednesday. And I don't think it'd be justified missing my religious education night just to go to the Bruno Mars concert. Although it was an outstanding concert in Vegas. But I think I'm okay. Like, I don't need to see him twice in the span of a year and a half. But maybe I'll change my tune as we get closer to the concert. Pun intended. I could change my tune. Thank you. Thank you very much. So thanks everyone for being here. I keep saying backstage, but it's more in the back end of YouTube. It says Carol, Coach Rob, Skytrain Alfred, Fangirl, Jessica, Justin, Rain, Simon, and Swervin. And I'm trying to think of who else might be in the chat that I didn't mention. I don't know why it wouldn't show up. Maybe it's private. Jaskamal, thank you for the compliment. Always, I'm sure you look even more dashing than I do. I just have no physical proof of it. Speaking of dashing, there is Doodle Hockey. Welcome to the show. If you haven't seen them yet, I did 2 videos with Jacob on his channel. One previewing Team Canada and one talking about our 3 new guys from Minnesota who, they were quiet. Everyone was quiet today during the game. So support Jacob, not just because I was on his channel, but more importantly, because he's doing some great work. So give some love to Doodle Hockey and make sure you're watching all of his stuff. Speaking of collabs, I was also, this morning I recorded with Nuckhead, very, very prominent YouTuber. He has 2 channels. He's got his Nuckhead regular, and then he's got his Nuckhead podcast, which is audio only. So yeah, we chatted for a good time this morning, and that will come out tomorrow morning. So if I'll be sharing that as well on my socials, a great conversation with Nuckhead as well. All right, Skytrain Alfred gets us going with the first dono of the night. So shout out to Skytrain Yrvin, $5 donation. Canucks got caned. Jets lost to the greasy Oilers. What a day for Team Tank in a hybrid form in his Filipino Patrick Kane voice. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, you have to watch last night's open mic. But Skytrain Yrvin cannot do a Skytrain voice because he's under the weather. But then for some reason, he sounded like a Filipino Patrick Kane. Ridiculous. Hey, everyone. Nice to see you. Nice. I like everyone greeting each other in the chat. Yeah, Grinder. I'm going to show you the standings in a second, and it's not pretty for either team. So let's get into tonight's game first, and we start off as always with my my Sedge VC, the Clay Edge Go Visualizer commentary, and we're going to go over all these goals from this game, go over this box score, then go over the other scores and the standings, and then I'll get to all of you. So Patrick Kane gets his first goal of the night, 499. It was on a 5-on-3, and what can you do really in a 5-on-3? Canucks actually did a pretty good job killing it off. This is tough, right? It's Besser, it's Pettersson, and it's Myers. And unless you do something really silly, I'm not going to blame anyone on a 5-on-3. So here we go. It is Lucas Raymond, dropped to Patrick Kane. He's older, but he's still shifty. Goes around, switch places there. And then a quick snapshot past Lankin on the short side. When I first saw this, I thought it went off Tyler Myers' stick because I could hear I could hear a sound after Kane released it. Then from the replay, it's so hard to tell because it passes over the plane or the blade of Myers' stick, and I can't really tell if he actually got his stick on it. Regardless, 5-on-3, goal with number 499 for Patrick Kane. 29 seconds left in the period. All of those things. Hey, Carol, I'll get to your donation in a few minutes. Thank you. Then we have Exo sending Pelika. Now this one, 5-on-5, no problem. But right there, as soon as the Detroit's be able to gain the line and cross through the middle, then all heck breaks loose because now we got everyone chasing everyone. So you have Kane in there. You have 4 Canucks. You have 3 Red Wings. Yet it's Van Riemsdyk who gets the puck. And then PD is, I'm not sure what PD's doing here because if he sees his 4 teammates here, he should probably be in the middle, but he's not. Because look at this, beautiful pass, and then a wrist shot pass, Kevin Lankinen. 2-0 for Detroit. Canucks get one back, though, and it's Jake DeBrusk on the power play. I do like the movement here. So it's Sherwood, back to Besser, who goes back to Sherwood, who finds DeBrusk in the hybrid bumper. It wasn't really the bumper. It was sort of the bumper. It was the hybrid bumper or the bumper in a hybrid form. But yes, Jake DeBrusk scores. 11 power play goes for DeBrusk. I think only 1 regular even strength, but DeBrusk is our power play master. So 2-1 for Vancouver. But then before the period ends, JT Compher scores. And this one, a more scrambled play in the D. So they look okay here. Then I'm not sure why Sherwood and Myers are on this guy because now it's 2 guys here. DeBrusk has to go up, and guess what? That means we're outmanned, right? Now it's 3 against 2 down below. I don't get this. Why are Sherwood and Myers together there? So then the puck goes down here, sending Pelika to Van Riemsdyk, who then gets it, bam to JT Compher in the middle. And I'm going to zoom this a bit more. I don't know why. Unless Sherwood didn't know that Myers was on him, but still, you have time to loop around and get back to him. It's just a bad play. It's just a bad play. If you look at the replay, the actual replay, not the goal the edge goal visualizer, there's one point where all the Canucks are standing straight up. They're not really even playing good defense. Obviously, because look, the puck goes through everyone and then horrible. Then Canucks pull their goalie with 4 minutes left. The crowd goes nuts. Patrick Kane comes on the ice. So there. Why do we have 7 guys? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Someone must be leaving. Again, we have 7 guys on the ice. Okay, so now we're settled. And then Bouillon passes it to no one, basically. He tries to get it to Kane, but it gets intercepted. And then there Kane takes the puck, comes over the blue line, crosses over Verlander. Well, not really cross, just moved to his forehand and puts it in the empty net. And then look at all the Red Wings pouring off the bench to celebrate with Patrick Kane. And then this is just, I'm not blaming Sherwood. It is a mean nothing goal, but I took a picture of Sherwood lying on the ice and said this sums up the Canucks season. So Sherwood gets the puck here and he's outside the blue line. So I don't know if he could try and go here or just dump it there, but then he turns back. Okay, that's fine. Whatever. It's 4-1 with 2 minutes left. But then he slips. And that's why there's 3 Canucks here. And then Lucas Raymond says, thank you very much. Goes in. Lankin is probably like, what the heck? And then Raymond makes it 5-1. Game over. Shots were even, 25-24, 10-10, 8 for them, 10-7 us, so 25-54. Faceoffs were equal. Power play, actually, we went 1 for 2, they went 1 for 3. We had more hits, they had more block shots, and they have smoked us by a combined score of 9-1 this season. Not great. All right, before we get into the box score, I want to recognize Carol's donation. Legendary Carol Bovenlander comes through with a donation. Let's give some love to Carol in the chat. Legendary Carol Bovenlander says, hi, everybody. I'm very disappointed with the Canucks. Man, they suck right now. Talk about loyalty. I think that's win or lose, not wait or lose. But hey, everybody, I'm disappointed with the Canucks. Man, they suck right now. I know Carol is very loyal, but you can be loyal, but you can still talk honestly about the Canucks. And that was one thing. I'm not going to say too much in the chat right now. I'm not going to say too much in my stream, but I went back and I read some of the chat messages from last night, and I will say that how should I say this? This community, you don't have to think or cheer for the team a certain way, even though this particular community revolves. It's too strong a word, but it's on this channel, and my channel is quite positive, and I'm very optimistic, and I love to see the Canucks win. But even I recognize the dog's breakfast of a season this has been. So what I found interesting was there's some people on the very negative side yesterday, Team Tank. There's some people on the very positive, optimistic side saying, don't be so hard on them. And there are a bunch of people in the middle. And I love all of you just the same. I don't favor the people who are more positive. I don't favor the people who are more negative. I don't favor anyone. I don't get upset. Upset's too strong of a word, because you guys are all grown adults. I'm a grown adult, and we should be able to handle adult conversations in adult ways. But once in a while, someone takes something the wrong way, or someone offends someone by accident or on purpose, and I can't police it 100%. The moderators try their best to police it, but I was almost going to say at the end of the day, which I hate that cliche. At the end of the day, it's nighttime, okay? But at the end of the day, we are all adults, and I expect you guys to act like adults in the chat. So I'm not calling out anyone. I'm not calling out any group of people. I just recognize that that it's not always going to be sunshine and rainbows. We're not going to be like big kumbaya, all in 100% agreement. But a true character comes out in the way that you handle people that, in the way that you handle people that disagree with you. And they can disagree with you fairly and without being offended. I always say, as long as it's not sexist, ableist, homophobic, or racist, people should have the freedom to express how they want. So I think, people, I'm just highlighting some of the ones that are there. Justin says, agreed. We always want to see this team win a cup, however we get there. Alfred says, in other words, nobody should tell other fans how to be a fan. Yeah, that is gatekeeping. Swervin Yrvin saying, here. Justin says 100%. Okay, so it's all good. And I'm not upset or anything. It was just, I felt yesterday was a bit more dissension than I'm used to, which is fine. You have 80 people watching a live stream, and then you have another 12 brave people, bearing their soul or sharing their soul for 3 minutes uninterrupted. obviously there's gonna be a lot to talk about, and I love it. I love it. That's what I love about this channel. That's what I love about this community. If you say some people even call this a family, which is fine, and even families disagree. And no, I'm not going to highlight anyone's comment thinking that it's them or no. I'm talking in general. So I don't think anyone should feel like this is a personal attack. But if somehow this is resonating with you, or you feel like it might be because it's something you said, then that's on you, right? So I'll just say that to everyone that's in the chat, and some of the people that were in the chat yesterday aren't even here today. So we're good. We're good. Everyone's good. And I'm happy that you guys are all here. Let's get to the box score. Canucks. Yes, on a game you lose 5-1, you don't expect any pluses, and there aren't any. Then we had a lot of -2 guys. Yeah, and then the only points were Sherwood with an assist and DeBrusk on the goal, because Sherwood got an assist. Besser too got an assist on that DeBrusk goal. Time on ice. Usually on the road, you spread the minutes out, especially when you're in the middle of a 6-game road trip. So look at this. High man was Sherwood at 1831. No one else got more than 17. That's interesting. Low man Hoglander at 1032. So everyone got between 1030 and 1830. Shots, you have 3 for O'Connor, 4 for Sherwood, 3 for DeBrusk, 3 for Ogren. 3 blocks for David Kampf. Good for him, because he never has anything over here. And then 2 hits for Kampf, 3 hits for Kane, and then 4 each for Ratu and Sherwood. On defense, no points from the defenseman. Bulliam, you don't like that, -3. But he also, wow, I think this is the first time that he's played the most minutes out of every defenseman, because Corona played 30 minutes last time. So 23 for Bulliam. Lowman was DP at 14, who's still struggling. He did not have a good game. 3 shots for Bulliam, 3 blocks for Marcus Patterson, then 3 hits for Tyler Myers. So the defenseman spreading out their work a little bit. 4 giveaways from Bulliam. Yeah, so -3 and 4 giveaways. He's only 20, but we can't say that all the time. But not the best game for Bulliam. Not the best game for Lankinen. 5-on-3, the Kane shot was tough. The wrister and close from Sandine Pelika. Comfers. Yeah, so I'm not blaming Lankinen on any of the shots. And he actually made some pretty good saves as well. You look at the fancy stats, and I look at the stuff from Natural Stat Trick. And at 5-on-5, the Canucks actually held. That would make sense, because the shots were relatively equal. So Corsi is all shots, including block shots. Canucks were 35-32. Then, 60-44. Then Fenwick takes away shots that. I want to get this right, because Corsi versus Fenwick. Yeah, Corsi is all attempts, shots on goal, misses, and blocks, while Fenwick is shots that aren't blocked. Is that right? Yeah, Corsi is goals plus shots on goal and missed and blocked, and then Fenwick goals, shots, and miss. But they take away block shots, so that makes sense. If Detroit blocked 26 shots, it makes sense that their Corsi is wider, but the Fenwick is a lot closer. Yeah, because Fenwick doesn't count block shots. So Corsi, Canucks 60-44. Fenwick, which takes away the block shots, Canucks still up 35-32. And then scoring chances for Canucks 27, Detroit 22. High danger chances, Canucks 8-5. And then expected goals, though, was 192 for Detroit and 169 for the Vancouver Canucks. So in general, the Canucks 5-on-5 were not outplayed, but then you got to remember there's the 5-on-3, and I think Detroit was a little bit more opportunistic with their chances for sure. Let's look at the scores. Flames lose. It's funny, I would always want the Pacific Division teams to lose, and I wanted the Canucks to, everyone that the Canucks are chasing, the 6 teams above them for the playoffs, I want them to lose, but I kind of think it doesn't really matter right now, and you guys know I would say 6 points or fewer, there's a chance. 7 points or more, less of a chance. But it's not just 6 points though. The gap, you got to pass 6 teams as well. So I don't know what that equates to in terms of points. It's still 6 points, but you know what I mean, right? But now it's 9 points. I'll show you what I mean. Montreal beats Florida. We lose to Detroit. Sabres beat the Rangers. Maple Leafs beat the Flyers. Maple Leafs is our next opponent. Penguins beat the Devils. Ducks lose. They are sucking right now. Preds beat the Islanders. There's our buddy Winnipeg losing. Avalanche back on the winning track, beating Ottawa 8-2. Vegas wins, and Minnesota beats the Seattle Kraken. So you look at the standings in the league overall. We are still 2 points better than Winnipeg because every time we lose, they lose as well. And then in the wild card position, I don't even know why we're looking at this, but let's just do it. We are still 9 points out, and LA has 1 game in hand on us, and there are still 6 teams to pass. So not looking great. Yeah, we've lost our last. Why did I say we've lost 5 straight? Did I mess up on my thumbnail? Oh yeah, because they don't talk about. It's weird. It says we only lost 2, but they don't take into account the extra time losses because we have lost 5 straight. We have lost Detroit, Buffalo, Boston, Seattle, and then Philly. Yes. Even though, so this is just, we've lost 2, I guess, in regulation is what they're saying. Well, that's weird. Yeah, shouldn't that say 5? Anyways, that's where the Canucks are right now. Okay. You guys doing okay? I am. I hope you guys are. Let's go to my Mitchell sponsor read. I'm going to leave a lot of time for all of you to not doing an open mic. We did that yesterday, but I would just want to talk to you. Talk about how you guys are doing overall. So let's go. My Mitchell sponsor read. I always start off by thanking my primary sponsor, and that of course is Jason Lim of Van City Experts. Thank you to my channel sponsor, Jason Lim of Van City Experts Real Estate. At Van City Experts, their experience, knowledge, and expertise can serve you well in navigating through the real estate market and will help you to choose the best home or condo in the greater Vancouver area that best suits your and your family's needs. Shout out to my secondary sponsors. The first one is Gassy Jack Art, creator of the wonderful artwork you see in my home studio. Check them out at gassyjackart.com. We got Mulligan Golf Company, mlgngolf.com for your golfing apparel and accessories. And Vessi Footwear. Use the link tinyurl.com/VessiClay. Receive your free pair of socks off your next purchase of Vessi shoes. Thanks to everyone who's purchased Canuck Clay merch. You can do so at canuckclay.threadless.com. Also, thanks to everyone. This is how you can get involved tonight in my show. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, leave a donation, gift a membership, buy your own membership, upgrade your membership, use your monthly membership message. And if you're listening on a podcast platform, you can rate and review. Looking at the fictional leaderboard right now, because we got Skytrain Alfred, who's number 1 with 500 points, Fangirl at number 2 with 375, Carol at 275, Justin at 225, and Simon at 225. That is your top 5 right now. And my next shows this week, I don't stream on Friday and Saturday. And my weekend show, weekend morning show, I should say. I'm going to do 1 every weekend, depending on schedule. So this weekend, it will be on Sunday because the Canucks play the Toronto Maple Leafs on Saturday, Hockey Night in Canada. So really easy, 11 a.m. and 11 p.m. my next shows on Sunday. All right, friends, let's go. Let's go. We don't have anyone that is the same caliber as the 2019 Blues, and that is a real life. And this is real life, not a Disney movie. I don't know what the chat said earlier, but maybe someone referenced the fact that all you got to do is get in, but that's the exception, not the rule for sure. For sure. Hey, Gerald. Can you not renew your season tickets next season? Don't support mediocrity. Thank you, Ricardo, for the advice. I will take it into consideration. Lightning in a bottle with a better Blues roster. Rain uses his monthly membership message. Member for 5 months. Franchise member. Let's go.
3, 2, 1.
Shout out to Rain. Let's give Rain some love in the chat. What would be considered a successful trade deadline as well as second half of the season? And if Vancouver does not get a top 3 pick, will that be considered a bad sign? Yeah, Nuckhead and I went into this quite a bit about the advantage of picking first, second, and third in the draft. So hopefully you guys will listen to that tomorrow. We were both kind of in agreement where the best position is for the Vancouver Canucks. Successful trade deadline is at least getting 3 or 4 assets, whether that's a combination of Sherwood, Kane, and someone else. I think you want at least 3 or 4 assets coming out of the deadline. Second half of the season, success. You probably want the Canucks to play hard, but at this point, you do want them not to win too much because I think it's the race to the playoffs is too insurmountable. So everyone's going to have a different definition of success. Mine is 3 or 4 assets at the trade deadline, if not more. Mine is remaining in the bottom 5 and top 3 is top 4. I'd say is better than anything else. Great question, Rain. Interesting news. United Centers today, the Bulls had to postpone their game because the rink was melting and the water was coming on the court. Oh, weird. Oh, so obviously they put the court on top of the ice, not below it, but the water was melting from the ice was melting from below. Interesting. I've heard the phrase "we were right there" a dozen times by Adam Foote. Yeah, it's right there. I don't think they're right there. 9 points is not 9 points. They'd have to jump like 7 teams, not to mention those teams play each other as well. So there will always be points gained. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I said too, is I don't know how you qualify it, but it's 9 points plus it's moving at least past 6 teams for sure. I'd do anything to rewatch that 2010, 2011. Just go ahead. Go find it on YouTube, Fangirl. You can do it. Does Sherwood frustration tonight worry you about him wanting out sooner? Nah, at this point, Justin, I don't think so. Like, I think he's a professional. I think he'll still play hard when he's with this team. He's probably just waiting and waiting. I don't think him and his agent are pressuring the Canucks to move him. It'll happen. It's just a matter of when. I saw someone in the chat saying it might even happen tomorrow. I was fast forwarding the game watching it tonight. They looked a lot faster. That's a great strategy. Oh, that is awesome. Happy Friday, Junior. Is that what you call Thursday now? Friday, Junior? Clay on Team Tank. I would never say that, but I see what's happening here. I recognize what's at stake. The Pedersen Christmas skate video with his wife got a lot of play on the talk shows today, but I think it's just a big nothing burger. Nobody would talk about it if we were winning. It is a great point, Yrvin. It's kind of how things kind of get blown up here. And I know that it came up because Ian McIntyre's story brought it up in talking about, the fact that the club wasn't thrilled that he posted that video. Fine. But I'm not sure if anyone, maybe I'm wrong. I'm not sure if anyone was talking about it back in Christmas time when it happened. They're talking about it now because Ian McIntyre wrote about it, right? So it's strange. I believe it's a nothing burger as well. Hi, Mr. Nintendo exec. What does that mean? I don't even know what that means. Who's that? Adam, we were right there, Foot. Time for his removal. Some people want him there because we're not winning under him. If they name Sherwood captain, that will speed up his trade faster. Oh, Dan's funny today. Lots of goal replays and compilations on YouTube. Edison, I'm doing well. Thank you. Hope you are doing well. Ricardo says, when does Sherwood realistically get traded by? This is getting ridiculous. Yeah, I think the Canucks are not, I think just like Hughes, they're waiting for the best deal. And I'm not worried about them running out of time, truly. Sounds like Bernardo will return to the lineup tomorrow night, but with the ice conditioning, I wonder if the game will be played. Yeah, great point. Did you see the highlights the other night when the Blues wanted to pull Binnington? Hofer was hiding in the tunnel and Binnington didn't want to leave. What do you mean Hofer was actually hiding? Or they couldn't find him. Oh, I say it all the time now. Rutherford loves January trades. Horvat, Miller, Lindholm, all trades in January. Thank you, Grinder. Blaming the coaches like blaming our goalies. No, we're blaming everyone. New year, new Clay. When you look at the standings, what comments do you like better in your opinion for the whole NHL? Simon, I'm not sure what you're asking, but I will say that the Central Division is crazy. Canucks made a bigger deal with a picture of Petey than they did with Evander Kane and Cash Patel. Not going there. Do you think Adam Foote is a secret tank commander? I don't. I just think this roster is not very good. What do you think about Adam Foote's roster deployment and lineup decisions? How would you grade it as a letter grade? C minus. Like, it's not F. It's not a D, but it's not great. So C minus. I think the Sharks could make the playoffs. Would Misa be available? You mean to play for them? Yep, they can bring them up anytime, right? Are the Canucks more pieces away from cup contention than fans think they are? No, I think that the fans don't think they're very close. So I think the perception is fine. Any plans to wear a tank commander helmet in the future show? No, that's not my style. Certain areas don't have room for the backup on the bench. Yes. He was hiding because he peeked up from the tunnel. They couldn't delay the game, so they kept banging. That's so funny. I'll send you a video clip of the whole for a moment. Nice. Yeah, send it to me for sure. Sherwood is 30 to start. Sherwood or Garland for who and to where? Or are you talking about trades? What happens first, the Besser goal or Hoglander point? Yeah, that's crazy. Hoglander's nothing in 10, right? And Besser's 18 now without a goal. You should wear a Team Tank shirt, Clay. Sales will be through the roof. Yeah, but I'm not a shill, right? I'm not a sellout. Okay, maybe I am. Misa trade for Sherwood. Is that our center? Yeah, I don't think we're worried about centers, actually. I talked about this with Nuckett as well. When everyone's healthy, you have Petey, Rossi, Hedel, and then right now you have, let's say next year, you have Petey, Rossi, Hedel, Sasson, and Ratu as 5, and that's not even including Blueberry and Camp, who I think will be moved for sure. The Van Base gift card thing is giving a tough card to use, only allowed online and not in stores. I bought 2 items, refunded both. Now 25 bucks on the card. Okay, so what are you saying? I send that, then buy something online then. And is that a card you got from me? Then just use it. Don't complain. Just use it. Sure to the Rangers. Chris Drury is desperate. Okay. Would you scratch Besser to see he wakes up like DeBrusque? You know, it's weird. Why do I feel like a scratching Besser seems worse than scratching DeBrusque? I don't know. Besser, I don't think he has any confidence right now, Tyler. Kachuk is on the trade block. I did not hear that. I still have a Team Like That shirt from a few years ago when they made it a slogan from a Drew Doughty. Yes, losing to a team like that, right? Yeah, I'm not going to get into the Ottawa rumors. Do you think this coming weekend the players are going to come back for the games? I hope so. Well, they're obviously going to play. Are you asking me if they're going to win? I don't know. Toronto's been playing quite well. Tank like that. Scratch Adam Foote. Most likely destination for Sherwood. I've heard Dallas. I've heard Rangers. Maybe one of those two. Boston. The Besser contract might age worse than what the Miller contract may have. Yes. So that is one thing. And it wasn't just because I preferred Petey over Miller. That Miller contract isn't aging well already. And yeah, Seattle, I think that's a very fair comment that it could be the same for Besser. Sherwood to Chicago? I haven't heard that. Who might we? I guess we're always talking about picks and assets, right? Picks and prospects, I mean. Sherwood, Besser, Bouillon, Rossi, and Demko to Pittsburgh for Crosby, Malkin, and Carlson. I think one team would do that, the other team wouldn't. The PD contract may age poorly as well. Bertuzzi plays well in Vancouver. Yes, he had a hat trick against us, right? Very good. I'm not sure. Oh, yeah. Miller is not having a splendid year at all. Yeah. Tuck looks good. Lots of rumors saying he is signing here in the summer. His fiancée is from Vancouver. Perfect. Yes, I like Alex Tuck. He's big. He's fast. Got good hands. I would be all over this one, Grinder. Are NHL teams allowed to fire a coach when the NHL team rehire him as an AHL coach? Yeah, you can do that. Or you can simply demote him. Yeah, but the same thing. But it's very rare. Ask me anything. I think people just do that naturally anyways. Predictions against the Leafs. Somehow, against all odds, we're going to win 4-2. I don't know why I'm saying that. But, yeah. I don't see the Hawks trading for Sherwood, Granite, Vancouver, and the Chicago have been trade partners the last 4 years. What's your opinion? How do you think you're going to do this weekend? How am I going to do this weekend? I'm going to do great. And how are the Canucks going to do? It's not back-to-back time, right? It's just the Saturday against Toronto. Yeah. They're going to win. They're going to beat Toronto. Do you believe in New Year's resolutions? I believe anything that can help someone better themselves is fine. I don't particularly make resolutions, or if I do, I certainly don't publicize them. They have picks too, very similar players. I take Bertuzzi long term. Do you see shades of Eichel in Buffalo versus EP40 in Vancouver? Not saying EP40 isn't a good player, but I don't think he'll amount to leading this team to any success. Len Fleur Elsewhere. Yeah, Eichel is amazing, right? Once he got to... Yeah, I'm not sure yet. I know this is only year 2, right? Of PD's big contract. I still want to give him the benefit of the doubt. I really do. You think Ogren is the power forward Cassian or Vertanen should have been? Yeah, he's got shades of power forward in him for sure. I think he could be very, very good. Honorable James Moore. The Winnipeg collapse is the most fascinating story of 25-26. Basically the same roster minus Ehlers. Full collapse. Yeah, Hellbuck was injured for a few weeks, but yeah, they are not good. Will the Canucks have 3 or more firsts at the draft this year? Yeah, I think they will. They have 2 already. Their own in the Minnesota one. They might have another one. What's my sushi order? Depends on the restaurant, truly. But if we're not talking about like combinations or bento boxes, I love salmon sashimi. I love salmon nigiri. I love salmon maki. I love anything salmon. I'll get special rolls once in a while. I like sukiyaki don, sukiyaki udon. I'll eat ebi sunomono a lot too. Bertuzzi isn't going anywhere. Send PD to Vegas. You think the Wild are coming after Sherwood? Maybe they'll include Hughes. Yeah, exactly. Sherwood for Hughes, 1 for 1. Blashow has unlocked Tyler Bertuzzi. Yes, indeed. What's my favorite in restaurant in Vegas? So there's, I can't remember what it's called. I know where it is, but this is an Italian restaurant that Gail and I have been to the last couple times. We also go to an all-you-can-eat Korean barbecue place that the name escapes me right now too. Huaro. Huaro is the name of the Korean barbecue place. I like this Italian place. I like this Black Bear Diner. So we have some faves that aren't too expensive. Are the Canucks collapsing? Well, they aren't doing great. Anyone else excited to watch Matthias Preston with the Giants? They just traded for him. He looks like a Barzal clone on the ice. Canucks will have a chance to draft him. Oh, I didn't know anything about him. That's cool. Do I get bento boxes often? Again, depends on the restaurant. If the deal is good. Do you think the Canucks would be a good team like the Habs are now if the team hired Gorton instead of Rutherford in 2021 after Frank Brennan, or would Ackley not allow a rebuild like Molson did? Oh, great questions. Yeah, that's a really good point about would they allow for full rebuild like Montreal did? Yeah, obviously, hindsight's 2020. Montreal is such a good team right now. I do like Rutherford. I think he's done some generally good job. But yeah, I think the Canucks might be a bit better under different management. Although the Rutherford and Yrvin did clean up the team when they got here. Remember, there's a lot of overpaid players, bloated contracts, so on and so forth. Number 9 pick looks vacant, or at least Ottawa. I'm rolling through the top 10 right now. Or is it? I don't know. Have you tried the new Din Tai Fung? Where's the new one? I've been there before, but what new one are you talking about? Ottawa's pick is forfeited. What does this rank in the other dark days of the Canucks? Pretty down there. The Messier days, these days. A couple of the betting years. Quiznos, I haven't seen one in a while. American fast food chain. But do you mean only in the States, or if the only one that I can think of that's in the States is In-N-Out and Chick-fil-A, right? I like both of those. Hockey pool. I'm 3rd in my fantasy pool, 5th in my auction pool, and 2nd in my mom's work pool. Shake Shack is good. What's my favorite slushie? I actually like Orange Crush better. Like we have a slushie machine. I think you guys know. Well, of course you guys know that. I have a slushie almost every time, except not tonight. But I like a slushie, orange slushie, and then Coke/Pepsi slushie. Hey, see, I actually talked about this just before you got on, I think, because Yrvin told me to go listen to the song. I'm not going to sign up for the pre-sale because I can't go. It's a Wednesday night. I got to make church my priority, religious ed my priority that night. But I think Sean and Jacob and Kayla, they'll probably all want to go. But yeah, it's great that he's ending off the tour here. BC plays too, which is massive. Is Aquilini secretly broke? Abbey Canucks still don't have championship rings, and only team with Calgary to have no practice. Bush League ownership. Yeah, I don't know if he's broke, but I think he's watching where he spends his money. Popeyes is here now, though, right? Who gets it? Is it a wild card ball? Oh, you mean for that forfeited pick? Yeah, good point. These are hard times, Clay. Not sure if I'm aboard. I'm on a board. Okay. I don't say half those words, but yeah, I hear you. You're not happy right now. Pre-sale is already open. Exciting. Wait. So did you get tickets already? See edits? I didn't know the pre-sale is already open. Wait. So you can buy Bruno Mars tickets already? Because someone sent me a message about it earlier today too. Actually, Adrian, who's often here in the chat, he actually sent me something earlier this morning. Yeah, I don't know how pre-sales work. Oh no, the pre-sale sign up is open for 3 days. Gotcha. I wonder how much they hold back for pre-sale and for not pre-sale. If you own Ticketmaster, how would you change the ticket buying system to avoid bots taking over the site and fans crash the site? I don't know. That's above my pay grade. I don't know enough about technology to answer that question, fangirl. Open on 15. Sunkist was refreshing back in the day. Net worth is tied up in properties. Oh yeah, I use my machine every day. I had an orange Slurpee earlier today, but I don't have 2 a day. That's kind of overkill. So if I don't have a Slurpee during the day, I'll have one during my show. Din Tai Fung is down in Alberta Street. Okay, no, I haven't been to that one for sure. Pop Shop. I went to Vegas for the 24 draft. My favorite restaurant in Vegas was the Venetian. Nice. Other owners have more money. Twice is also in Vancouver. I haven't even seen Twice once. Pre-sale sign up. Yeah, there. Yeah. Way to confuse everyone. Yeah, see, everyone's getting confused. Wendy's is awesome and Pizza Hut. Got my email from the Blackhawks for the season ticket party. Nice. Have fun, Nick. Hey, no need to apologize. You say whatever you want. I just might not read it or show it. Is Garland hurt or just depressed and saying, yeah, Garland seems like he's checked out too. What's going on? Spring for the game against the Islanders, but that'll be the hottest ticket in town. I have a pair. One pair of Islanders tickets that I can sell. If you're interested, if anyone's interested in any Canucks tickets, email me canuckclay@gmail.com. What is a Canadian only fast food chicken place? Is Church's Canadian? Just won 4,500 on our parlay. Congrats, Janice. Who were your teams? Garland is concussed. Ottawa goaltending is bad that they signed James Reimer to PTO. No first round pick for them. Canadian team wise, I feel the Jets and sends them more to work. Yeah. Ottawa looked promising at the start of last year. Did they take down the Quinn Hughes murals? Yes. They've taken away all reference of them. You got to show the insanely bad situation with the Milan Olympic Arena. Not ready. Awful neutral zone that looks like a death trap. What do you mean awful neutral zone? Like the ice is bad? I have to look it up. Interesting. Mary Brown chicken. Bedard's sister got a job with the Canucks. Step one of bringing Bedard home. Okay, good. Tempting to buy a slushy machine over Christmas. Yeah, you should have. I don't want to get into this too much. People can look this up, but obviously Stales wanted to get ahead of the story or at least not let it fester. Bedard celebrating McKenna. Would you take Stetcher now? I like Stetcher. Stetcher. If I own Ticketmaster, I would definitely stagger the release of tickets for a tour to avoid the crashing of the site. That's fair. Or get a better site. Mary Brown's, Canadian fast food franchise. Mary Brown, a Malaysian fast food franchise. You guys, please send it, James. Thank you. Upper row section too scary to look down for the Kraken game, but the Cowboys game, section 111. Nice. Yeah. Different people like different. Long parlay, you spend all night being here. Well, you don't mind bragging that you won it, but you won't tell us who 9 legs. Okay, that would take a long time actually. Congratulations. Neutral zone. Janice, you like to flex a little bit. You were talking about expensive meals in Montreal and stuff like that. And that's fine, to each his own. The neutral zone is super small. Oh, horrible. Let me see. James is sending me a picture right now. Oh my. So I guess the 4 feet that they shortened in the neutral zone. Wow. Terrible. It's not even done yet. Isles game. Yeah, I got tickets for it. The Canucks versus Islanders. As an Italian, I'm disappointed in the rink situation in Milan. Oh, I didn't know you were Italian. Judging from your name, your screen name, I did not think you were Italian. Yes, on the 19th, for sure. Ninja, you can't go wrong with a ninja. For sure. To have a rink in Italy is a bad idea. It's hot. Yeah, but they knew that when they were trying to get the Olympics. Clay might have the ducats. What does a ducat even mean? Does that mean ticket? EP40 need to hear your thoughts. No problem. I am an EP40 fan. I do like him. I recognize that he's got a very, very, very expensive contract right now. So I get that. But I do want to see him succeed. He's gone through some adversity. I'm not making excuses. And he's basically all we got now, right? We got no Miller, no Horvat, no Hughes. So I want him to succeed. And I have a lot of time and patience for him, to be honest with you. Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. I'm happy that you are enjoying the finer things in life for sure. Don't need to apologize for that. Mary's Browns was good, but their IG as a YouTuber, I can't stand Gal versus food. Oh, okay. I have to look at that. I'm working the Twice shows at Rod. Who's Twice? What's a Twice? Like, honestly, I haven't even heard of Twice once. Twice concert. What kind of music? Oh, they're like 9 girls that all look the same. What are they? Are they K-pop? Well, they should name themselves 9 or something because I'm looking at 9 girls that look the same. Oh, what are your thoughts on Schaefer ruining Matthews' record-breaking night last weekend? How do you ruin it? Because they won? I don't know what you're talking about. What did Schaefer do? He didn't injure Matthews, right? I know Matthews broke all-time point scorer for Toronto or all-time goal scorer. Tell me more, Jaskamal. Twice's J-pop group, Korean pop group. They are pretty popular. Okay. They are supposed to test the ice in Italy. We'll find out more. Gotcha. K-pop band, K-pop. Thank you. K-pop. In the best world for the Canucks, who goes, Clay? In the best world, well, you trade your 5 UFAs, Sherwood, Kane, Camp, Bluger, and Forbert, even though Forbert and Bluger haven't even played yet this year. And then you get rid of a couple more inefficient contracts. I don't know. Do you trade Garland before his no move kicks in? Hey, have I heard the rumor that Hughes was frustrated with EP? Yeah, it came from one article. I didn't really address it here. And I don't even think it's a big deal, even if true, to be honest with you. There are 3 Japanese girls. Okay, good. McKinnon or McDavid, who wins the Art Ross? You know, I think McDavid might win the Art Ross, but McKinnon might win the Hart. Does that make sense? Their song Likey is featured on the SkyTrain. All right, I'll have to look up Likey. Schaefer got the OT winner. Gotcha. If Besser was kind of a bad guy, would he still win the NHL? Like, I feel only has a job because he's a nice guy. Bit of a locker room headache. I don't think he's in the league. Yeah, he definitely loves Vancouver. He does a lot of good charity work. Good looking guy. Everyone's loved him since his rookie year. But yeah, he has to start producing for sure. Come back in OT against the Leafs, led by Schaefer Matthews' 500-point night. The female BTS. Forbort is done for the year. Is it his back? Oh, I thought it was his ribs. Okay, back. So somewhere in his upper body. All right, friends. This was good. All this talk about food and Twice and likey. I'm not even sure what that means. I'm sure that's a song and not something else. We'll end with this. Actually, 2 more. Have you seen all 32 teams live at a game, or is there any other teams you haven't seen play? You know, I'd have to go back and look. I'm sure there's a couple that I haven't seen play live. Off the top of my head, no, Columbus. I'm just thinking of the more obscure ones, Carolina. I'd have to go back, but there certainly isn't a team where I say, oh man, I've never seen these guys live. I must go. So maybe, yeah, Florida I've seen, Tampa. Yeah, there's a good chance that over my 15 years, I've seen all 32 teams. That makes a lot of sense. And last 2 for sure. Last 3. Then I'm done for sure. Have I ever had Balut? Yes, but they didn't tell me what it was until after. If you had to choose, would you rather have Brad Marchand or Tom Wilson on the Canucks? Marchand. I'd rather take Marchand, despite the history. And if I plan to get tickets from you, is to email you directly. Yeah, basically, you email me the tickets you want. You e-transfer me money, and then I email you the tickets, and you download them in the Ticketmaster app. Finally, defunct teams. Yeah, I saw Arizona. Didn't see Hartford. Didn't see Atlanta. Those are before my time. Who else should I be thinking about? Old Winnipeg. Yeah, maybe not a lot of the defunct teams that were defunct before 2011, because that's when I really actually started to go to games. Sorry, that was a bit of a weak answer, Yrvin. All right, friends, I got to get going. Got to get some work done before a big day at work tomorrow. Thank you for being here. Moderators, thank you for keeping this a safe and respectful place. Thanks, Jaskimo, about the lighting. I appreciate that. Jaskimo's got some nice compliments today. And thank you. Swervin Yrvin is not my ticket selling broker or agent or commission, but yes, I think, if you want to see my whole ticket list, email me canuckclay@gmail.com. And yes, I will have really, really good prices for you for sure. Okay, for real. Moderators, thank you for keeping this a safe and respectful place. Members, that's legendary Louis Gates, legendary Carol Bovenlander, legendary Brian Blingy Choi, legendary Swervin Yrvin, legendary Andrew Chang. Thank you for your support. And thanks to Hall of Fame and franchise members as well. And thanks to all of you for watching, liking, and subscribing. On your way out, like the video, subscribe. You can leave a late donation. Thanks to my sponsors, Vancouver Canucks Real Estate, Gas Jack Art, and Mulligan Golf Company. And thanks to everyone who went above and beyond tonight. Skytrain Alphen with $5 donation, Carol Bovenlander with a $5 donation, and Rain using his monthly membership message. I appreciate all of you. Add it all up, and Alfred wins the leaderboard with 575. That's a haiku, 575. If you're an OG of my YouTube channel, you'll know what I'm talking about. Fangirl second at 375, Justin third at 300, Carol fourth at 275, and Simon fifth at 225. All right, friends. Oh, you guys are all like, Clay has great deals. I should do like an infomercial or something and have all your quotes flashing across the screen. My next show, Sunday morning, after the Canucks play their next game against Toronto on Saturday. We'll recap it together on Sunday morning, recap the week that was, look ahead at the week that will be, and anything else we feel like talking about. So unless something crazy happens, like a trade, I'll probably be offline a bit, and I'll connect with you on Sunday morning at 11 a.m. As always, thanks for being here. You're awesome. I'm awesome. Canucks aren't awesome, but that could be awesome in a way, if you know what I mean. Stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. By the way, I was going to tell you a joke about an umbrella, but I was afraid it would just go over your head. God bless, and go Canucks go. Booyah.